Hi everyone, welcome to Words 1104. I'm Professor Pratt and I'll be your professor this semester. So what we're looking at is our home page here, and what I'm going to do this semester and what I've done the past few semesters with the asynchronous classes is I send out a video and an overview announcement every Sunday. To kind of get you primed up for what we're going to be doing that week. So you can expect to get a short video like this every week to walk you through what's going on that week and go into a little more detail about some of the items you'll be doing. So what I want to just remind everybody is I've already sent out an announcement up here, so hopefully you have seen that one. And that asks you to look through some of the introductory materials of the course, and looking at these videos as well, the welcome video and the navigating the course. So if you watched either of those videos, you know that I suggest that you don't just depend on this list here to guide you through the assignments in the class, but that you click on either modules, or even easier to go down and click on whatever week we're in, and look at the week ahead that way. So I'm going to click on week 1 this way. So you'll see that for each week we have an overview, and then you can see through the list of assignments what is due on what days. So we have assignments due most Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So what you want to do today, or not today, but by the end of the day on Monday, is to take the syllabus quiz and subscribe to Ask the Professor forum. Okay, so let me just go over these two items. So the syllabus quiz is going to be on the information mainly in that Start Here module. So that's something that I asked you to look at in that first announcement. But that's basically the first module that's listed for our course is a Start Here, and it goes through everything that you need to know about the course. Okay, so you can go ahead and take that syllabus quiz. You can take it as many times as you need. And then you also, on Monday, want to subscribe to the Ask the Professor forum. So what this is just a forum for you all to put any questions that you have about assignments, about due dates, about anything related to the course. If you have a question, probably somebody else does as well, and I try to respond to those within the day. And if you have any questions that you don't feel comfortable posting there, you can always email me. Okay, so that's all you're doing for Monday. And then there's also the week 1 overview here that can give you, so there's several ways to access the assignments. So for Wednesday, what you're going to be doing is you're reading something called the Berkey and Parlor metaphor. So this metaphor, it's a short paragraph, and it is kind of the foundation for what we are doing in this class. So I'm asking you to read that, as well as these online Parlor guidelines and the introduction to bad ideas about writing. Okay. So let me just walk you through that. So you see you have the Parlor metaphor right there. You're reading that. You're reading these Parlor guidelines. So basically what we're doing with our online course, since we don't meet in person or have any meetings online, we're trying to mimic the back and forth conversation described in the Parlor metaphor, which you'll read. And so what we do is we have Parlor posts that respond to readings and TED Talks that are assigned. And then after we do a couple of those, you go back and look at the responses and kind of process what you've learned and respond to what people have already said. So we're trying in the online environment to try to mimic the back and forth described in the Parlor metaphor. So for Wednesday, you're going to have your first discussion post. So you're going to be looking at the Parlor metaphor, the online Parlor guidelines, and reading the introduction to our textbook, Bad Ideas About Writing. So as I've said in our previous announcement, we do not have a textbook you need to pay for. We have an open access textbook. And if you click here, this will take you to a Canvas page with several different ways to access the book. Okay, so you can look at it this way. Okay, and what I mean by the introduction is if you just scroll here, okay, you will see the introduction, right? So we're going to find on the PDF, you're going to look for page 1. Okay, so here's the introduction. It's a few pages, not too long. Okay, so 3 pages. I'm having you read that. In the future, when I assign anything from this book, I will give you this page number so that it's easier for you to type in. So if I say something's on page 100, you can just type that in and go there. And you can see that that page number is slightly off from that, but I'm going to give you this page number because it's easier for you to access it that way. Okay. Okay. So you got your first reading in our textbook there, and then you're going to respond to these questions as a kind of introduction to you and also what your response, what you're thinking about the initial assignment readings, okay? So you're going to post that, and here is the grading rubric for that. So you basically will get one of these 4 grades, all right? And then this is Friday. So on Friday, you're going to respond, so post a reply to at least 2 of your classmates' posts in that discussion, introductions and course foundations. So you want to respond to anything that they say, whether about their own personal interests or something they said about the readings, and try to aim for around 50 to 100 words. Okay. And then finally on Friday, the last assignment of the week is you have your first Parlor post. So this, as I say right here, don't worry if it's unclear about the way the Parlors work. As you start to do them, you will kind of get into the rhythm of how we do a couple Parlors and then do a synthesis later on in the week. So what you're going to do is you are going to read, there's one correct way of writing and speaking, and texting is killing, texting ruins student grammar skills, as well as this is a TED Talk, texting is killing language, just kidding. So as you can see, I say start on PDF, page 93. So if I go to our textbook here, again, I'm just going to open it up right there. And I'm going to put in that page number 93, okay, and that takes you directly there. So it's just an easier way of finding it rather than looking in the table of contents or going by that number there. Okay, so the same thing goes with the other assignment I've given you, the page number there. And then you want to post a response of, you want to try to get 300 words, so that's going to enable you to talk in depth about these sources, and it also gets you in the practice of writing more in depth, and writing is a skill that you get better at simply by doing it. So if that 300 words is a good marker to kind of force yourself to go into more depth. So I want you to choose anywhere from 1 to 3 of the questions below to respond to, and for each Parlor, you want to try to vary the questions that you are responding to. So these are the same questions that you'll see again and again for each Parlor response. So you just post your reply here, and then you have turned that in, okay? And that is it for week 1. Once again, if you have any questions, please go. You can click here, or on our home page, we have the Ask the Professor forum, okay? And make sure that this is green. So you want to subscribe to that so that you will be updated if I respond to a question you ask, or if somebody else in the class asks a question, you'll get an update too, okay? So again, let me know if you have any questions, and all of our, I'll post a weekly overview each Sunday with a video like this. And just keep in mind that this is the asynchronous class, so we do not have a set meeting time. So it's up to you to work through and plan your time accordingly for what is due each week. All right, so I hope you have a great first week. Please let me know if you have any questions.